So where it all started, my journey in the Marine Corps, man. And I was just going through life and going through the Marine Corps and just I didn't really have a vision on what I wanted to do, but I know I wanted to be something and do something. So, I get to California and I go to my first duty station, and it's so surreal. I just get there. I don't know what it was. It was like I wanted to be there, but I didn't want to be there at the same time. It was always this uneasy feeling. When I got there, it just felt like it wasn't the place for me. Um, and not saying like the Marine Corps is a bad place or whatever, but I mean, like, I feel like I needed to do more with my life. A week goes by and I see some, buff black man come into the office. Every day I see him eating tuna and tuna wraps and just salads every day. And I didn't know who he was, but at the time he was in charge of me. He was my mass sergeant, and you guys know him as the Alchemist, number one in the world. Don't forget it. But yeah, I always used to go by his desk, look at him, ask him questions, pick his brain on everything, the gym, food, dieting. And I didn't really know why I was doing it, but I always just wanted to know more and just, learn more on that aspect. And I was just always intrigued by it. What started my bodybuilding journey and, being a part of the royal family. And one of the pillars of the royal family is, you know, him just asking, oh, I'm creating a bodybuilding team, or, would you want to join or whatever. I was like, yep, no questions asked. And it was at the time where, it wasn't even a thing, but he was just getting people together, and I was like, hey, I'm all in. So for me, one thing that made me want to become a coach, it was, for some reason, I'm always in charge of things, throughout my whole life, and it just felt normal to me. So as I was doing it and as he was teaching me, I was soaking up the knowledge and applying it, and which it would be so easy to teach it to other people, or for me to just pass it on. So it was like a no-brainer, and I pick up things and I see things differently. In 2023 is where I won my pro card. It basically was my first show in the category that I competed in, which is bodybuilding. So I just recently got out the Marine Corps this past October, and I feel like what inspired me to get out the military and pursue this entrepreneurship, this coaching, and also do professional videography and photography. But I feel like what inspired me to jump into the natural bodybuilding and this space, it was a whole nother challenge, a whole nother world that I could jump into, that I can control. So it's like I control my fate and destiny, and no one else can. I just felt like I wasn't myself. So yeah, just me stepping into this new realm, it feels like at peace. It feels like it's my calling, where I can wake up and just do what I love. I smile, everywhere I go. I smile doing, what I love to do with the people I love the most. And, that's all you can ask for in life. Just be able to wake up, and your job is basically to do what you love every single day. The royal family, how it aligns with my life, it aligns perfectly with my values and morals within life. We do this 100% naturally. I get to create who I want to be. How everyone have all these superheroes, and I'm my own superhero. I literally get to build, and I get to create the superhero that I want to be. And it's not only physical, it's definitely a lot of mental work that went behind me doing what I do. And that was the most challenging part. One thing I want you guys to know is that it's never too late to reinvent yourself and pursue what you truly desire. I gave 4 years of my life to the Marine Corps, and that chapter ended, and I refuse to let it stop my story there. So the royal family is more than just a bodybuilding team. It's a movement. It's the testament to the discipline and passion and the resilience that I stand for, pushing past my limits. And it's not just the gym, but in life, my journey is proof that the right mindset can transition from one purpose to another, and I can inspire and elevate others, and you can too. So if you're out there and stuck, I just want you to know this. Your next chapter is unwritten. So hold your pen and write your story.